welcome to SteamPunk Season 2! This is once again your host, SteamPunk Bob, and what would be a more appropriate start to a second season of SteamPunk than the sequel to the game that convinced me to kick off this show in the first place? Hotline Miami 2? Wrong number. Now, first detail of note, that name is fantastic. In a sequel to a game about murdering people at the behest of your answering machine, I really like the subtitle Wrong Number. The broad strokes of Hotline Miami 2 are very similar to the original. Go to a level, kill everybody in it, rinse, repeat. You're very fragile, but death is only a temporary setback. Grab weapons, improvise, murder. Very fast, very bloody, very rockin' soundtrack. Neon. However, this is at times a very different game in feel. Rather than playing the bulk of the game as one silent character who just does what he's told and has multiple modes, the gameplay of Wrong Number is spread out over quite a few characters, several of which have no real customization. The story is both far sharper and easier to understand, while still making it clear you're not always or possibly ever getting what's really going on. While most of the characters play at least mostly similarly to Jacket and the original Hotline Miami formula, several play by their own rules. For example, the Swans. The Swans belong to a group of characters known as the Fans, who think Jacket was a good guy and wish they would get their own psychopathic phone calls. They don't, but find going out and murdering random thugs to be an acceptable substitute. The Swans are a brother and sister pair, and while you use both of them, you only directly control the movement of one, similar to ice climbers. However, the two are a very solid combination, as one of the biggest problems with using a gun to attract enemies to your location with the noise is that you have limited ammunition and tend to run out at an inopportune time, and you don't have a basic, reliable silenced weapon to pick people off, or to finish enemies who run around the corner having heard gunfire. Well, in exchange for losing your ability to manually pick up weapons, as well as your ability to throw them at people, left-click swings your chainsaw, right-click fires your gun. If they run out of ammo, your gun swan will pick up guns from carcasses you pass automatically. This allows them to use a gun in a suppressive fire situation, mowing people down as they come around a corner, or as bait, without losing your silenced melee weapon. Yes, I did say silenced. Apparently, Hotline Miami uses Fallout New Vegas rules for if a weapon is silenced. As in, melee weapon? Oh yeah, that's totally silent. Yeah, sure, whatever. Another particularly interesting character is Evan, a reporter who wants to write a book about the masked killers of the original Hotline Miami. Unless you go out of your way for it, he is actually a non-lethal character. Yeah, non-lethal. In Hotline Miami. Or at least less lethal. I have a very difficult time believing that bashing 20 people with a lead pipe so hard they lose consciousness immediately doesn't put anyone in a coma or lead to a protracted, horrible wasting death in any cases. The story is, despite my saying it was clearer, still very weird and very difficult to follow, especially without severe note-taking, because the missions are not played in order. At least 1/3 of the missions, possibly more, I didn't count, take place before Hotline Miami has even begun, or during the events of it. Hell, one mission takes place mere moments before Jacket kicks down the door and murders his way through the building. We find out details that cast the already sketchy details of what we thought we knew happened during the original game into doubt. Wrong Number also contains the most diabolical hard mode I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure the enemies have better senses. It's fine. There are more /tougher enemies. It's fine. They mirrored the levels. Ah! Any muscle memory you've built up from playing the entire rest of the game is not only useless, but a detriment. I've been hammering at hard mode on and off for several months now, and I've still not finished Act 1 of 6. Side note, this is a silly thing I found while looking at footage. If you're ever attacking a guy and he's bashing you with a door, and you have to climb over the carcasses of your slit-throat comrades, I'm not sure the direct assault is your best approach. Overall, Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number is more Hotline Miami. It feels overall more polished, but if the basic guts of the game didn't appeal to you, then Wrong Number doesn't do anything that would change your mind. Anyway, if you're worried about me disappearing again, don't. Events in Hotline Miami 2 made it clear they don't intend a sequel. And I can't take a season break without Hotline Miami 3 to greet me back. Anyway, this is SteamPunk Bob, out.